Okay, this is the Coalition Against Police Abuse Office, Los Angeles on Western Avenue. And this office is on Western Avenue.
I'm Bilal Ali. I'm a member of the Coalition Against Police Abuse. Also, I'm a member of the community in support of the Gang Truce. This is our office here on Western Avenue. If you step in our office, you kind of hit with reality concerning police abuse. Here you see some photos that we have of victims of police abuse in Los Angeles. You'll see you have pictures of people who are beaten by the police. You have examples of dog fights where after the suspect had surrendered to the police, subsequently the dog was basically ordered to attack this person, because as we understand it, part of the training of the canine unit is to reward them once they have sniffed the suspect out. And this was a result of that. There was a lawsuit initiated because of that, and fortunately this victim won his lawsuit to prove that that excessive force was unnecessary. Here we have some people who are not as fortunate. We have a couple of men here who were killed by the LAPD. This gentleman here was somehow mistaken as a armed robber. He had just returned home from work. Sitting in his car, officer approached him, shotgun went off and killed him. The officer was suspended, not for the killing, but because of not operating his weapon properly. He was given a 15-day suspended sentence, and he returned to work. This guy here didn't return back anywhere. He died. This man here was beaten by the Los Angeles Police Department. What you see here is an autopsy. And basically the incident surrounding him was that he was at home on the toilet, and there were some kids popping firecrackers. Someone reported some gunfire. The police came. They saw him entering his apartment, followed him in, and thought he was the person firing a gun, and what resulted was a beating, which resulted in his death. We're now in the main foyer of the Coalition Against Police Abuse Office. What we have here on our wall is a very historical wall depicting the black experience in America. This wall has been here for roughly around over 20 years. We like to say that if this building was to be torn down, that wall would still remain standing. And as I said, it basically is a montage of the black experience here in America. To your right, this wall is a artwork that was done by a person that supported the Gang Truce, which we're also involved in, and basically it speaks for itself. It shows the red and blue colors and brown colors coming together. We also have here a picture of the 4th anniversary Gang Truce that was held at the House of Blues in Hollywood. I'm issuing out awards to members of the community and the youth in the community who have been active and committed to bringing about a truce in the community, in the hood. And they were giving out awards. We had people like Dana Dane and Warren G that attended that. They gave their support.
And what is the computers for?
Oh, the computer is part of our community and support of the Gang Truce program. That came about in 1991 as we helped organize the Henry Pico Justice Committee, which was addressing the issue of police abuse in the various projects in South Central Los Angeles, and particularly the Imperial Courts project, where Henry Pico was killed by the LAPD. They said that he had a AK-47. He was firing it. He was killed. No AK-47 was ever found. The witnesses there disputed the police story, and as a result of that, those residents in the Imperial Courts project started organizing around police abuse, and at the same time started addressing the issue of gang violence. And it was those gang members in the Imperial Courts projects, the Jordan Downs projects, and the Nickerson Garden projects, the Cribs, Grape Street, and Bounty Hunters, who came together as a result of this and basically galvanized the Gang Truce in 1992.
Does Gang Truce really work? Because there's people who say that Gang Truce will never work.
Well, the Gang Truce in Watts is still holding. The Gang Truce in some areas on the west side is holding. The Gang Truce across the country is holding in several states. The Gang Truce internationally in places like France and Brazil and England is now holding because of our young people who got involved in the community support of the Gang Truce, going to state, helping galvanize those truce efforts, helping galvanize the truce efforts in England, France, and Brazil, and those places. The computers are as part of the community supported Gang Truce program. When you tell people that what they're doing is wrong or there's a better way, then you have to have something to give them. We offer computer training to young people who are interested in computer technology, computer science. We also offer programs like videotape production programs. We have a silk screening program that we'll be looking at in a minute. We also have a program called Off the Roach program where we teach the extermination sciences. And I'm proud because we had a young black woman that was part of that Off the Roach program who now has her own extermination company in Los Angeles. I believe she's the first black woman with an extermination company.
Also, is the Gang Truce just for all black gangs, or? The
Gang Truce is basically for everybody. Gang Truce, black, brown, Asian, white. I mean, there's no boundaries on people, the so-called gangs. It stretches across the spectrum of race, and basically they all share something in common. We're talking about young people, and no matter what color you are, you know, young people still have the same worries, the same hang-ups, the same questioning of the elders, the same question of the environment they're in, and basically generally think the same.
Since this is near Koreatown, is there a lot of Asian gangs connected to this, or?
We've had some connections with Asian gang organizations that have came in and worked with us, helped us with workshops, helped us on some programs. Okay. We'll now be going up this basically is the war room of the Community Supported Gang Truce and the Coalition Against Police Abuse. And basically this is where the work is done. This is where meetings are held. This is where we put together plans for direct action, what we want to do in the community. And basically this is where we plan. This is our video library where we have a wealth of documentation, historical, contemporary, lessons, well, you name it, we have it here. Movies, it's pertaining to our struggle. And whatever we're involved in, or young people are involved in, that is always documented. And after we document it, then we put it in here. And people who in the community are interested in what we're doing, or want to get involved, and want to get an in-depth analysis or understanding of what we're doing, they can use that video library to help them.
And what were you talking about, silk screening project earlier?
Okay, we're gonna go out this way and let me come.
Is there any other work you do besides the Gang Truce and police abuse? Any like supporting political prisoners?
Yes, well, that's we're involved in the issues pertaining or germane to the struggle in this country of oppressed people in their struggle for self-determination, which involves us in the political prisoner issue. It involves us in the incarceration issue, the incarceration of people of color, the epidemic incarceration of people of color. We're also involved in those issues that are pertaining to just overall general issues pertaining to this community. As I mentioned earlier about our silk screening, we have our own silk screening self-contained plant. It's dark in there, we don't have any light at night. But inside there we have our silk screening process equipment where young people are taught the art of silk screening in order to create employment for themselves. There's a lot of money in t-shirts. What we're trying to do is get contracts and licensing with certain rock groups, rap groups that these kids can create their t-shirts for them. And they learn that art and they take that out there, and it helps them create area of employment for them, because a lot of these kids, they have records and it's kind of hard for them to get good jobs and whatever. So we teach them to create their own mode of employment, and it's been very successful. This dome, you may have seen some on the 11th by the Harvard Freeway, where they have a homeless village. Ted Hayes is a homeless village, and you see these. Well, the same guy that designed this for us, and this was put together by our young people, and I think about 45 minutes to an hour. One of our goals in community supported gang truce is starting to manufacture these with the young people and using recycled plastic products to start building these as an alternative to homelessness. Of the Million Man March, where a lot of our people involved in community supported gang truce and the Pelican Bay Support Project, which is another area that we're into with the prisons. And a lot of people attended the Million Man March. Those who may have not been financially able, we helped assist them financially that they could attend. Matter of fact, Michael Zinzun, my comrade, had a ticket to go, but one brother couldn't go, and he wanted to go very bad, so Michael gave him his ticket that he may attend the Million Man March.
What was the Million Man March about?
You don't want me to get on that.
Okay. I see flyers sometimes when it says no set tripping. Is it hard to work with gangbangers?
It's not. I haven't had a problem working with people in gangs. A lot of our people are former gang members who have moved on to another level. See, when the gang truce was initiated, the gang truce was not just meaning a cessation of gang warfare, but what it marked as a new level of participation with young people and creating a dynamic militant movement for social change. A lot of the people that had been in the gangs or had tired of the senseless killings, the children being innocently killed, and started to form in their mind consciousness concerning what the real issues and what the real problems and at their root, the root of those problems were in their communities. And just as it happened in the 1960s, and when I was a gang member, I was in the gang called the Outlaws. And those gangs such as the Outlaws, the Gladiators, the Slossers, formed what became the Black Panther Party. And we started working for social change. And we came to the realization that we weren't the enemy, that there was another enemy out there. And that the effort that we put into fighting one another, we rechanneled that effort into fighting this oppressive, racist system.